What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about a couple things. One of them, the Brian Shaw situation. Two, the Irakli Zirakashvili versus Schoolboy situation. And three, I wanted to give you guys an update on Vegas. I am competing in Vegas March 8th, and I wanted to break down my weight going into the tournament, the class I'm going to be pulling, and then where I'll be staying, what are the plans, and going from there. So if you guys are going to Vegas, or you know someone who's going to Vegas, stay tuned to the end because I have some stuff to talk about. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the Schoolboy versus Irakli Zirakashvili. Okay, Irakli versus Schoolboy. So I was on YouTube recently, looking up arm wrestling content, possible topics to talk about, anything that could strike my curiosity in the arm wrestling world. And of course, at some point, I come along the whole Irakli Zirakashvili versus Schoolboy. Instantly, it didn't really strike me too much. But then the more I thought of it, I'm like, you know what? Let me check out this footage and see what this is about. Is Schoolboy actually that much stronger than this kid? Because Irakli, young guy from Georgia, everyone who watches my channel, at least I would have to assume the majority of people who are watching my content know exactly who this guy is. And if you know who he is, you 100% know exactly who Schoolboy is. So of course I click on the video, and this video is coming from Alex Topperl, or better known, the channel Arm Wrestling TV. These guys, so I skip it to these guys, arm wrestling, and I was actually pretty surprised. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the video here. I'm going to play it. We'll go over it, give you my thoughts, and go from here. So let's start off the video. I'll turn this down. Okay, so immediately we have Schoolboy and Irakli in the strap. So far, 1-1. Irakli, low hand top roll over Schoolboy. Schoolboy's considerably bigger here too. I mean, he's been bigger for a long time. There he goes. Schoolboy, back pressure, side pressure, trying to get the hand on Irakli, but we know that's pretty much impossible. Irakli just holding him, and then comes side pressure, pin Schoolboy. I think they're going to go, oh yeah, left hand now. So Irakli in a defensive position, really, holding on his bicep, trying to cup. Schoolboy takes him first round. Schoolboy back pressure cup, trying to get the bottom fingers of Irakli. The biceps on Irakli, dude, are absolutely insane. Schoolboy trying to hook, opening up a little bit, and then eventually Irakli pins him. Here they go again. Same thing. Irakli trying to get the hand, can't 100% get it. Schoolboy's cup's a little too strong, and then eventually gets him. Pretty cool stuff. So then this got me thinking. In this, I would have to say that the dominant person between both guys was definitely Irakli. Was it close? I think it's closer than what we think. Now, you have to keep in mind, this is not a tournament. This is a practice, after pull, whatever you want to call it, where these guys are just gripping up, getting each other in position. This is not a full ready go right off the start. I think immediately, you see, this is where it gets interesting. Irakli, who is currently world champion at 95 kilograms. To give you guys perspective, I am about 98 to 99 kilograms. In fact, I have a scale, and when I talk about this whole Vegas thing after, I'm going to weigh myself right here and give you guys an update. Schoolboy, who is 250 pounds, I could be wrong. Regardless, Schoolboy, who is way bigger, obviously we know this guy's a freak as well. This got me thinking, could we actually see a match between these guys? Now, you're probably thinking,
why in the hell, out of all people, would you compare Schoolboy and Irakli?
Irakli is a world champion, 95 kilograms. Schoolboy's way bigger, he's a lot younger, but why these two? But that's the thing, I don't know. I really don't know. I just came across it, I'm like, you know what? It'd be super cool to see these guys prep, I don't know. I know it probably doesn't make a lot of sense if you think of it, because Schoolboy is still climbing the ranks, still has a long ways to go, but he's coming fast. And then Irakli's already world champion as we speak. But to see the possibility of Irakli and Schoolboy, I don't know. I think it'd be a for fun match. Could this be done at like a Challenger Series? Could be done at King of the Table? The biggest reason why I would like to see this is based off this practice footage. You have Irakli, who pretty much pinned Schoolboy 3-4 times. Schoolboy pinned Irakli a couple times. Wasn't right hand, but Schoolboy is a lot bigger now, and I think this is kind of what intrigues me to see this the most. If you haven't seen Schoolboy's most recent matches, or let's just call it the recent match, he does not look like a Schoolboy anymore. I'm gonna pull up, I know I'm gonna butcher this and someone's going to complain, but the guy's name is Valera Jubataru. Let's just pretend I said that properly. Smoked him 4-0. And with the first thing I saw with this matchup was there's absolutely no way this guy's a Schoolboy anymore. Dude, I don't know what the weight he was when he pulled this guy, and literally the whole time, Schoolboy just holds center of the table, looked at him. He could have had breakfast, he could have had lunch, he could have hung out, took a nap, read a book, made a friend. He could have did anything that he wanted to, and it wouldn't have made a difference for Valera. Let's just say Valera. Hey, get out of here. So, now that intrigues me. I'm like, okay, now that Schoolboy's actually a lot stronger, like considerably stronger, I think it'd be kind of cool to see him and Irakli go at it. Now, obviously, it's extremely unlikely, and there's going to be probably most people here are going to say, I'm absolutely crazy for even considering that. These people are from completely different places. They're in different points of their career. Irakli, world champion. It's more just, I don't know. I think it'd be super cool to see a prepped Schoolboy, a prepped Zirakashvili. One's world champion, one's not, but one's climbing the ranks super fast. Yeah. But that also leads me on to the next topic, and this would be Brian Shaw. I almost wanted to make a different video for this, but I figured let's just throw it in while we're at it. Brian Shaw, this is an interesting one, right? Brian Shaw, we all know the story. Strongman, several-time world champion, coming into the sport of arm wrestling. A lot to prove. We're not sure where he's going to stand, and eventually he ended up facing off against Eddie Hall. Was a lot closer than we all thought it was going to be, but he ended up winning. How about Schoolboy versus Brian Shaw? How about Braun Strowman? You know the big guy from WWE? Now, I don't watch WWE. I just know some of these bigger dudes just by faces. And I remember seeing the Devin Larratt thing that had come up years ago where he faced off against Braun Strowman at some event and they pushed each other. It was obviously all staged. I think this was for WWE purposes. But then it got me thinking, okay, well, Braun Strowman being a freak, that'd be kind of cool. See a crossover of some sort. Now, obviously, I think Brian Shaw would be the favorite. I'm not saying Braun Strowman has to be the guy, but then there's also the other guy from WWE. I don't know this guy's name. Dark-skinned dude, massive. I don't even know what country he's from, but he's like 7'5", 7'6". Listen, if we can get someone like that to maybe train 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and then get someone like that against Brian Shaw, I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm not sure exactly where I stand when it comes to Brian Shaw competing against an actual full-time arm wrestler. I feel like if that's the case, he'd have to fight someone who's maybe high amateur level or who's only been in the sport for a couple of years. Obviously in that 250 to 300 pound range, or unless if the guy's an absolute freak and he weighs a lot less. But it begs me the question, do we see Brian Shaw compete against someone who's a professional at a lower weight? Should we see him go up against someone like a Derek Smith, who's been training Brian, who's obviously extremely high level? Or should we see someone like Brian Shaw compete against another person who's not in the sport of arm wrestling itself? It could be a WWE wrestler. It could be another strongman. It could be someone it could be Mitch Hooper for all we know. But I think the next matchup's going to tell us a lot of the direction he wants to go. Look, if he's going to be competing against someone who's extremely high level, which I think is a little bit more unlikely, that goes to show that whoever's training with him is pretty much giving him a green light that, hey, look, you're the real deal. This is legit. I mean, the numbers he was putting off on the pronation lift, the back pressure lifts, when he was training with Devin was absolutely wild. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see. Do we even see like an Irakli Zirakashvili versus Brian Shaw? Does Irakli even have a chance, or does he just kill Brian Shaw? I know there's going to be so many people who are hating on this, but the point I'm getting to is, what's next? What is next? Like, I really, really don't know. It's extremely intriguing. I'm extremely excited to see what his next opponent's going to be, because like I said, it's going to tell a lot. You know, obviously the first time we have Brian Shaw versus Eddie Hall, it was huge hype up. Everyone was extremely excited to see it. If you guys have any ideas, it could be Larry Wheels. Do we see Larry Wheels come back and then do a Brian Shaw matchup? Do we see, you know, a younger world champion? Do we see him do a left arm? Do we see like an Oleg Zok versus Brian Shaw left arm? Like what do we see? I think that's going to be my conclusion on the Brian Shaw situation. And this leads me to the Vegas point. In Vegas, I will be competing, at least the plan to be competing is in the 105 kilogram class. Now, first of all, I don't weigh 105 kilograms. I'm going to weigh myself right now, and I can guarantee you I am not 105 kilograms. Let me weigh myself right here. Now I have a mic on. 212.8 pounds. Now the weight classes in Vegas this year are going to be 95 kilograms and 105 kilograms. So there's no 100 kilograms, which, look, I'm gonna do the math right now. That puts me in a very weird spot. Now I can either do the whole shebang of cutting weight a little bit just to drop down, or should I just go up? So let's do 95 kilograms times 2.2 equals 209 pounds. Now let's just minus the weight here, considering I just drank some water, I have a mic on, and I'm fully clothed, minus 212.4, I think it was, or something. That's only 1.5 kilograms more. Now let's do 105 times 2.2, 231 pounds minus 212.4. That leaves me 18.6 pounds left to gain in literally a month. Definitely not going to happen. Like 100,000,000% not going to happen. But listen, I think the only way that I legitimately actually go down to the 95 kilogram class is if within the next month or two, no, sorry, if like within the next couple weeks, I can't gain much weight. Let's just say I only gain a pound. I mean, I'd be lucky if I gain a pound, but I'm sitting at 212 right now. If I'm this exact weight or even just a little bit less, then I'm probably just not going to eat food or not drink water the night before and weigh in and do what I got to do. That way I'm on top of the weight class. But I mean, I feel like that's literally the smart thing to do. But am I going to do it? Absolutely not, because, well, we're going to see. We're going to see. So 105 kilogram class, you're asking why? Well, the reality is, I just want to be as strong as possible, but I want to go up against strong people. Look, I'm not expecting to win in Vegas. That is just the sad reality. I'm not expecting to go there. If I go into the 105 kilogram class, I'm probably going to get kicked out of my first two matches. It's pretty sad. You would think, hey, you're going to be flying to Vegas from Victoria, British Columbia, 3.5 hour flight or 3 hour flight to Vegas, something like that. 2.5 hour flight to Vegas. You're going to show up, weigh in, pay all this money, and then get smoked. You have two matches. Possibly. It's very likely. But the reality is, I kind of want to lose. I want that fire under me. I want that feeling of I'm not even close to these guys. But I also want to win. You know, I'm not going there to lose. Like, that's not the point of it. Biggest thing for me is experience. I want to feel some extremely strong people. And then obviously there's going to be the after pull, and that's where I'm going to pull everybody. That, you know, if Alex Top Roll's there, I'll pull Alex Top Roll. If everyone who I wasn't able to actually pull in the tournament is, I'll try to pull them in the after pull, which is a good thing. Last year when I was in Vegas, I didn't do the after pull. I did the tournament. I grabbed what I had for I did a left hand, second place, I think, medal. I think second place, left hand, amateur. Yes, amateur, left hand. That was my last tournament. No, provincials was. Anyways, point I'm getting to, I'm going to be competing actually both hands this year, so I'm probably going to get smoked. Well, left is gone. Like left, we're not even going to count. Even though I'm competing left, we know left I'm going to get smoked first two rounds. I'll be out. That's fine. right, I think there's a chance I can have one more match. If I can get one win in the 105 kilogram class, I'll be very happy. Like, you're talking Vegas, you're talking people from North America coming to this event, people from possibly across the world. It's for the IFA championships. Like, it's a pretty fucking big deal in my opinion. Anyways, the after pull is going to be absolutely insane. I'm going to be around doing some filming, get lots of footage. And then, of course, when you go to Vegas, you got to turn it up. So the girlfriend and I have VIP tickets. From my understanding, this allows us to go to
3-day party pass, including March 6, 7, 8, 6 clubs.
Okay, so it's a party pass. It allows us to go to several different clubs for consecutive days. And this allows us to see artists such as Loud Luxury. They're going to be in town. Steve Aoki, Martin Garrix, and everyone that's going to be in Vegas turning it up. It's going to be a good time. We're very excited, and it should be a good time. We're staying in a hotel, apparently called the Luxor. Yeah, it's on the Strip. I've heard good things about it. Dude, I'm stoked. I'm super stoked. So plan moving forward, I guess, to end off the video here. I'm gonna be training hard for the next month. You know, maybe another 3 weeks of really hard training. The last week, I'm gonna let off the gas a little bit. Be doing some acupuncture leading up to then. Actually, I have an acupuncture appointment today. A lot of sauna, a lot of water, a lot of food, a lot of protein, a lot of recovery. Sleep I gotta take seriously, which has been a good thing recently. And lots of filming, lots of filming. Planning on doing a couple workouts at the gym here soon. Well, soon. Filming some workouts at the gym so you guys can see some of my actual arm wrestling workouts. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and if you've made it this far into the video, I do have some pretty cool news for you. I am this close, and when I say I'm this close, I'm meaning this close to getting a new camera. A little bit of logistics behind the scenes, but I'm telling you, the quality difference is going to be literally night and day. I'm so excited. I'm excited to see just the quality, and I know for a fact once I actually upgrade this camera, I don't think I'm switching out the lens. I might keep the lens, switch out the camera, but I know for a fact once we actually have the camera switched out and the quality's better, like, dude, it's gonna be hard to beat. I'm telling you. I'm gonna end the video there. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys like these types of videos, seriously, like them. You better subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.